All right, so I'm going to talk about some finishing footlocks, some straight ankle lock details from the same side Ashi Garami, a single leg X position as I like to call it. And I'm going to contrast it with the footlock from the 50-50 position here, just so that you kind of understand some of the mechanics. Now, the footlock here, essentially what we're trying to do is we're trying to apply pressure on the toes. And essentially what happens if you do this right, you're going to feel that stretch right here on the top of the bones here. Okay, so it's going to basically, if you do this right, you're going to be stretching out these ligaments here, and that's theoretically where you're going to be doing most of the damage. So for this particular footlock, you're not going to feel it in the Achilles tendon. You should feel it all right here. So essentially what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get my partner's foot as far back on my armpit as possible. I don't want his foot being out here like this. There's a big beginner mistake is trying to attack the footlock from this position. Okay, I want to make sure that I am getting as far back on that foot as possible. Now, if I've got a deep bite on this leg, and I can't for whatever reason get my arm through, just a quick hip escape out to bring my hand up to my heart. Once I get my hand through, so if I'm here and I'm stuck, I open up, hand through, I bring my hips back, and I continue the bite. Now the rest is finding the foot. So you can probably see his toes from this angle here. I want to scoot back so that you cannot see his toes. All right. So now Bryson, you see, he kind of tilted over to the side. He started to feel it. Now, I want to bring my hands to my heart. Most people will start doing this and extending here. All right. But you're going to get a lot more leverage collapsing this elbow behind your body. So watch. Instead of rolling forward on your shoulder, you're going to see Bryson jump a little bit right here. Instead of rolling forward on your shoulder, hide your leg, shoulder behind here. Now I'm going to look away from the camera, extend my hips, and finish the ankle lock. Okay? So you don't want to be ankle locking from here. You want to be as high up on your partner's toes as possible. So show you this angle here. You shouldn't be able to see the sides of his feet. All right? So I'm literally, I don't care if I'm crushing his toes in this position. I want to be on his toes here. Now that's super tight. Now when I start turning, I collapse my shoulder behind. I need to make sure that I'm keeping, my foot on his hip. He's going to try to push my foot down and then extend, so I need to stay tight here, all right? My elbow now is behind me. I'm going to look over my shoulder and finish that ankle lock. If I did it correctly, we'll have it right here. Now, this is different than if I'm in a 50-50 position. So in the regular Ashi Garami, I want to be on the side for a footlock. I want to be on the side that I'm attacking the leg. Now, if I'm working a heel hook here, totally different story. I can be on this side here and still attack the heel. But for the footlock, it's going to be very difficult for me to start putting pressure this way and extending. Okay, I don't have the leverage. From here, Bryson can also technical lift up. Yep, and then I lose the position. Okay, so in this situation here, usually I'll grab my partner's thigh, and then I'm going to swing my leg. And I tilt my leg in this opposite direction. Same idea. I bring my elbow out to my partner's toes. If I need space to come in, I hip escape out, come right back. My feet, and I'll change the angle in a minute. Feet come on the hip, and now I'm going to look over this opposite direction and finish the footlock. So from this angle here, okay, if I am on this side here, look, turn and get towards this direction. I personally like to do this a lot. I entangle my bottom leg. Instead of going here, I like to come here if I feel like I have a little bit more leverage. But from the 50-50 position as example, this is perfectly fine to just put both feet on your partner's hips. Just be mindful that if my legs are kind of hanging out anywhere here, he can attack them too. So keep your legs tight. Now I want to look for that. I want to look for those toes. Okay. Same idea, except now I'm not collapsing my elbows. I'm going to look over my shoulder and finish. Now, if for whatever reason you can't get the arm in, it's perfect. What I like to do here is that hip bone right here, that pelvis, I rest his ankle right on my pelvis here. And now watch. No hands. Same thing. Put the feet in here. And now I'm going to extend, and I'm cranking the footlock. I'm cranking the footlock right with my hip bone, putting my shoulder in the back of his feet and extending through my feet. So I hope some of those finishing details helped out with the footlock. If you have any questions, let me know. Leave a reply, leave a comment. I'll be happy to help you out. But yeah, so just make sure you're on the right side when you're trying to finish these footlocks. Cool? All right.